In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on November 12, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Michigan State versus Kansas. The State Farm Champions Classic returns for another exciting season, featuring a high-stakes matchup between the Michigan State Spartans and the top-ranked Kansas Jayhawks. This classic showdown revisits a 2021 matchup between these teams in the same preseason event, where Kansas emerged victorious by a margin of 13 points. The Spartans are coming off a dominant 96-60 win at home against Niagara, comfortably covering the 29.5-point spread as favorites. In contrast, Kansas faced a tougher challenge, hosting the 9th-ranked North Carolina Tar Heels and narrowly edging them out in a 92-89 thriller, though failing to cover their 7.5-point spread. Kansas had moments of inconsistency in their game against North Carolina. After building a significant 20-point lead, their intensity wavered as they appeared to relax, nearly allowing UNC to stage a comeback. However, with veteran coach Bill Self at the helm, the Jayhawks are unlikely to repeat this mistake in consecutive games. Self is well aware of the importance of maintaining focus and will ensure his team is ready to deliver a commanding performance. While Michigan State has a storied basketball program, this season's roster lacks the depth and star power typically seen with the Spartans. Although Jadnikins is a strong perimeter player, Kansas counters with a wealth of skilled players on the wings and a far superior presence in the post. Dewan Harris, Zeke Mayo, A.J. Storr, and David Coit each possess the ability to get hot from the outside, but the real strength of this Kansas squad lies in the paint. Freshman standout Flory Bidunga would start for nearly any team in the country, yet he comes off the bench due to Hunter Dickinson's dominance at center, forming one of the most formidable interior duos in college basketball. Hunter Dickinson is undoubtedly one of the premier players in the country, excelling in the paint and demonstrating an ability to hit contested shots. His physicality and skill set make him a unique force, allowing him to control the paint, as he did effectively against North Carolina. Kansas has already proven it can handle close games, as demonstrated by their win over UNC, and Michigan State has yet to face a significant test this season. Defensively, the Spartans may struggle to keep up with Kansas' high-powered lineup, especially with the added threat of sixth-man Zeke Mayo, who bolsters Kansas' already potent starting 5. With Kansas boasting an abundance of talent, the close call against UNC serves as extra motivation for the Jayhawks to maintain their intensity in this game. The combination of Kansas' depth and determination makes them a strong pick to both win and cover the spread as favorites in this matchup. Offense is likely to dominate in this Champions Classic matchup at a neutral venue. Kansas is stacked with talent and has now had 2 games to gel, including a challenging test against UNC. Their depth is so formidable that even their second unit, featuring Zeke Mayo, A.J. Storr, and Flory Bidunga, could contend for an NCAA tournament spot. The Jayhawks' relentless, up-tempo style will keep pressure on Michigan State's defense, and regardless of Coach Tom Izzo's preference for a slower pace, he may have to abandon that strategy as Kansas looks to light up the scoreboard. The Jayhawks just posted 92 points against a formidable UNC team, though the Tar Heels were able to expose a few gaps in Kansas' defense, putting up 89 points in response. Additionally, Dickinson's tendency to draw fouls, even in borderline situations, could lead to free points for Michigan State and more bench time for Kansas star big man. Meanwhile, Michigan State demonstrated their own scoring prowess by dropping 96 points in their previous game. Through 2 games, Kansas has consistently pushed the pace in transition and currently ranks in the top 100 in KenPom's tempo rankings. By comparison, the Spartans rank a slower 247th, but could still make up for this with their 3-point shooting ability, which has the potential to pile up points quickly. Given both teams' offensive capabilities, betting on the game total to go over the projected line appears to be the most promising play. Penn State versus St. Francis, Pennsylvania. The St. Francis Pa Red Flash and the Penn State Nittany Lions will face off on Tuesday in an exciting college basketball matchup at the Bryce Jordan Center. This game will be an opportunity for both teams to showcase their early season performances and prove their mettle against each other. The St. Francis Red Flash have had a challenging start to the season with a couple of tough opponents in their opening games. In their season opener, they were overwhelmed by Dayton, suffering a heavy 87-57 loss. Their struggles continued on Friday when they took on Clemson, where they were defeated once again, this time with a score of 88-62. However, St. Francis finally earned their first win of the season on Sunday in a thrilling contest against Campbell. Despite trailing 42-31 at halftime, they managed to rally back with a strong 34-22 run in the second half to secure a narrow 65-64 victory. Ace Talbert led the team with 18 points and 4 rebounds, providing a crucial contribution to the comeback win. On the other hand, the Penn State Nittany Lions have had a much smoother start to their season. They dominated Binghamton in their season opener, racking up 54 points in each half on their way to a decisive 108-66 victory. Zach Hicks was the standout performer in this game, posting 22 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. In their second game, the Nittany Lions continued their strong play, routing UMBC with a 103-54 victory. Penn State put up 43 points in the first half and exploded for 60 more in the second, securing another blowout win. Yannick Conan Niederhauser led the team in scoring with 18 points and also contributed 9 rebounds. After this matchup, Penn State will go on to face Virginia Tech and Purdue Fort Wayne. Through their first 2 games, Penn State has been in excellent form, especially in their most recent performance against UMBC. In that game, the Nittany Lions shot an impressive 55.2% from the field, grabbed 50 rebounds, and registered 21 team assists, demonstrating their all-around offensive and defensive strengths. The only minor issue was their free throw shooting, where they made 19 of 29 attempts. Despite this, their overall performance has been very strong, and they appear to be well prepared heading into this matchup. As for St. Francis Pa, while they did shoot 50% from the field in their narrow win over Campbell, their performance was not without flaws. They only managed 25 rebounds and 10 assists in the game, which indicates some areas for improvement in their team play. Additionally, the Red Flash committed 18 turnovers in the contest, which is a significant concern. If they continue to struggle with ball control, they could be in for another difficult game against a much stronger opponent in Penn State. Given these issues, the Penn State Nittany Lions to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Looking at the offensive stats, Penn State has been impressive, averaging 105.5 points per game and hitting 11.5 three-pointers per game. In contrast, St. Francis Pa has been struggling to score, averaging just 61.3 points per game, with only 6.7 three-pointers made per contest. Based on these trends, it seems likely that the total points for this game will surpass the projected total. Making over the projected total is our full game total pick. Duke versus Kentucky. The second game of the 2024 State Farm Champions Classic presents an exciting matchup between the number 7 Duke Blue Devils and the number 23 Kentucky Wildcats. These two powerhouse teams previously squared off in the 2021 Champions Classic, with Duke securing an 8-point victory. Most recently, Duke dominated Army with an impressive 100-58 win, easily covering a 33.5-point spread as heavy favorites. Similarly, Kentucky also cruised to victory, defeating Bucknell 100-72, although they fell short of covering the 28.5-point spread as home favorites. This highly anticipated game should prove to be an exhilarating contest on Tuesday night, as both teams are in excellent form to start the season. There are a few key statistics that stand out as significant factors in this game. First, Kentucky struggled with ball control in their win over Bucknell, committing 15 turnovers, which is almost as many as Duke's total of 20 turnovers through their first 2 games of the season. This turnover issue could be pivotal, as both teams will need to minimize mistakes in such a high-stakes game. Another point of concern for Kentucky is their defensive performance, which hasn't been stellar so far. According to Ken Palm, the Wildcats' defense is ranked 56th in the country in adjusted defensive efficiency, allowing 98 points per 100 possessions. This ranking indicates that Kentucky's defense may struggle to contain Duke's high-powered offense, which has been operating at a much more efficient level. Given these factors, this ranked showdown between two elite college basketball programs promises to be an exciting one. The Champions Classic, which has been a fixture in college basketball since 2011, has become synonymous with high-level competition, and this matchup is no exception. Both Duke and Kentucky entered the season with high expectations, as both teams were ranked in the AP Top 25 poll. Historically, Duke has had the upper hand in this event, boasting a 3-1 record against Kentucky, and they appear poised to add another win to that tally. Currently, Duke is favored by 6 points, and based on their current form and talent, we believe that the Blue Devils will cover the spread in this game and secure the victory. Duke's combination of elite freshmen and experienced returners makes them a formidable national championship contender this season. Duke's roster features one of the best recruiting classes in the nation, according to 247 Sports, with their freshmen living up to the hype early in the season. Guard Con Nupel has emerged as the team's leading scorer, averaging 18.5 points per game, while 2024 projected #1 NBA draft pick Cooper Flagg is right behind with 15.5 points per contest. Additionally, returners like Caleb Foster, Tyrese Proctor, and Sion James bring valuable experience to the team, helping to balance the youthful energy of the freshmen. Kentucky, on the other hand, has undergone significant roster changes, including a coaching change in the offseason, which has resulted in a completely revamped team. It will likely take some time for them to fully gel, especially defensively. Through 2 games, Kentucky's defense ranks just 56th in Ken Palm's adjusted efficiency, which will be a challenge when going up against a Duke offense ranked 4th in that same metric. For these reasons, we expect Duke's offensive firepower to overpower Kentucky's defense, so the Duke Blue Devils to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The magnitude of this game will undoubtedly make it the biggest contest of several players' young careers, which is likely to result in a fast-paced, high-intensity game, with both teams featuring several talented freshmen, including Duke's Flagg, Nupel, and Malawach. The bright lights of an NBA arena, coupled with the national television spotlight, will surely add pressure. These freshmen are entering a whole new level of competition, and while they have immense potential, they may struggle to maintain poise in such a high-pressure environment. Additionally, some of the players transferring into Kentucky were stars at smaller programs like Drexel and Dayton, and now they are facing the increased intensity of playing at one of the sport's highest levels. These factors combined are likely to lead to faster decision-making, rush shots, and turnovers, which could create transition opportunities for both teams. Turnovers are often a key to generating easy points in transition, and this game could see several of those, adding to the offensive action. Kentucky will likely attempt to push the pace early, as they currently rank 27th in the nation in tempo, but Duke's overall skill and depth should allow them to adapt and maintain a strong offensive output, even if their freshmen take some time to adjust. While Coach John Calipari may no longer be at the helm of Kentucky, the program has continued to thrive, maintaining their reputation for fast-paced basketball. The Wildcats currently rank 25th in the nation in adjusted tempo, averaging 73.8 possessions per 40 minutes. In contrast, Duke plays at a more moderate pace, ranking 175th in adjusted tempo with 71.2 possessions per game. Despite this, both teams are operating at a high level offensively. Kentucky is averaging 101.5 points per game, while Duke is right behind them, scoring 98 points per contest. While it's unlikely that we'll see an offensive explosion given the increased competition both teams are facing, we can still expect plenty of points to be scored in this game. Based on both teams' strong offensive numbers and the likely fast-paced tempo, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.